Hello everyone. So here in the previous lecture we have implemented a 2:1 MUX using NAND gate, where we have used 4 NAND gate and we need to now check whether it is working finely or not. Now before going to that particular step of checking whether the simulation waveforms are proper or not, just check because over here you are able to see this A point, that is input I have given, that is near to this particular intersection. This should not happen. Because of this, result may get changed, and I have, before starting this particular video, I have checked that my results are not working properly because of this reason, and that's why what I need to do, I need to take a gun and clear it, and again I will be taking again new input, that is A over here, but put it properly only in polysilicon contact, and I am assigning it over here. So this way it should be there. If I am putting this input over here on overlapping, this will give the error result or erroneous result. Okay, so that way I am running this. Now again I am just want to tell you, my input A will be passed when my select line, you are able to see, this is the select line you have given, which is select. Okay, and that is input, because I have shorted, this is acting as a NAND gate working as a NOT gate, as I told you in this previous PPT. So here it is the NAND gate acting as a NOT gate, and that's why we have implemented that. Okay, so my A will be passed when input is select, and my B will be passed when input is select bar. So if select is 1, A will be passed, and select is 0, B will be passed. So just remember this thing. These are the very important things. Now if I want my B should be passed at 1 and A should pass when select is 0, what I need to do? I need to just change the A with B and B with A. Or you can change this select line, you can connect to this, and this particular select line you can connect to this. So likewise you can exchange the position, that way you will be getting proper output. Just remember, this is very important. At what select line, whether 0 or for 0 what you are getting, and for 1 what you are getting, that should be known to you. So here for 0 I will be getting B, and for 1 I will be getting A. So just run it. Now here you are able to see the output is not changing for A, because whenever I have applied my new A, I have not seen this value. So you need to make it somewhat fast. So I am changing this and assigning. Again I will change B also, because this is again 3.950 you are able to see. So I will be changing like this. I am assigning, I am running this. Now you are able to see when select line is 0, B is passed. So how to see that when select line is 0, my B is passing? You are able to see, this is the B. Or select line is 0, my B is passing, B is 0, and that's why my output is also 0. But when select line is 1, just here is the select line is 1, A will be passed. So what is A? A is changing from 0 to 1. So just you are able to see, this is 0 and this is 1. So my output will be A. So here in this way we have proved that when select line is 1, A will be passed, and when select line is 0, this particular B is passed. And that way we have proved that whatever implementation we have done in Microwind related to 2:1 MUX, that is working. So in this way you need to take a screenshot of this. Now this select line variation also you can change by making the change in the select line value. So here by changing this like this, here by changing this value we can make the change in 0-1 pattern. Okay, so likewise you can do. So after running this, you need to take a print out of this minimum frequency, maximum frequency. So reset, I am doing reset, so you will be getting at what maximum frequency this particular circuit is working. So here you are able to see it is the 0.50 gigahertz frequency it is working. Rise time and fall time is also mentioned over here. So same way like we did in previous, you need to connect the capacitor also at this point, that is output, MUX output, and see whatever the change in rise time and fall time. Also you need to see power dissipation thing. So this is the power dissipation you are able to see. That also you need to write it properly in the format provided. So here is the format of this particular thing. So transmission gate, and NAND gate you need to implement 2:1 MUX. So this is the 2:1 MUX. Here you need to copy your diagram. That is which diagram? You are able to see this MUX diagram using NAND gate, that you need to copy over here. Okay, then waveform that you have received or got, and this is the rise time, fall time and power dissipation without capacitor, and this is with capacitor. This way you need to write it properly. Hope you understood the thing. So now continuation with this, what I just want to go ahead, that you have implemented this 2:1 MUX using this NAND gate. Now next thing is that you need to implement this 2:1 MUX using transmission gate, and this is already we did it in the lecture of transmission gate. That what is transmission gate? It is a pass gate which passes the data as it is without any deterioration in the signal. If my input is 1, it will be given at the output 1 only. There will not be any change in the voltage of that 1 or 0. Okay, because PMOS passes strong 1 and NMOS passes strong 0, and pass gate or transmission gate is nothing but a parallel combination of PMOS and NMOS. So here you are able to see this is the symbol of the transmission gate, where you are able to see this is a bubble which indicates this is the PMOS, and this one is the NMOS, which are parallelly connected. And input A is given, as we require 2 input because 2:1 MUX is there. That's why A and B is mentioned over here. Now as already I told you how to make a diagram. So here one transmission gate and second transmission gate is connected over here, and this is the input A and input B. Now here I need to have a select line S, and same select line I will be connecting at this side, and here it will be S bar, and output will be A will be passed when select line over here is 0. So A will be passed when A will be passed when S is 1. So because this will be transmission gate will be on only when S is 1 and S bar is 0. So if my input is S is 1, what will be happening? A will be passed at the output. But if my select line is 0, what will be happening? This is 0. So that's why 0 is required to turn this PMOS on. That's why this will be on. And S bar is what? 1, and this will be on. And that's why B will be passed at the output side. So as you know that MUX is nothing but a data selector. So depending upon this select line, your A or B will be passed at the output. So now how to implement this in Microwind? So I am again opening this Microwind. I am taking new project. So before that I need to close it. Again open, select foundry. Again I need to use the technology. This is palette. Now what is transmission gate? Transmission gate is nothing but a parallel combination of PMOS and NMOS. So I am first taking NMOS over here, and then I am taking PMOS. So like this. You can put PMOS, NMOS anywhere, pull up, pull down, that is not a concept now. Here you need to connect it parallelly. Now just see at this particular diagram. Here gates are not connected. That PMOS gate is this and NMOS gate is this. These are not connected. Only source is connected to drain and drain is connected to source. So that's why what we need to do here, we need to align it properly. So I am taking this stretch or move, and I am aligning it properly below to this. Keep a proper distance so there will not be any overlapping and there will be enough space for the remaining connection. So I am taking metal one. You know the reason why I am taking metal one. This source, suppose I am considering this as a source. So source should be connected to drain. Okay. So I am just stretching it down because this is source, gate, drain. Okay. Again this is source, gate, drain, but I want to connect source with drain, so I am considering this as a drain, gate, source. Again this I need to connect over here. So source is connected to drain and drain is connected to source. Likewise this particular transmission gate is ready. There is no VDD is required. In case of CMOS combination logic, you need to apply VDD by combining source, drain, like that. That is not required. But one thing is there, that you need to put this VDD to avoid the floating effect. Okay, or body effect. Avoid करने के लिए you require this VDD. So now this my first transmission gate is ready. Okay. So now how many such transmission gate I required? So I required 1 and 2, and that's why what I need to do, I need to copy paste. So how to copy? Just take this and just put it like this. So this is what is my gate. Now I need to align it properly, so I'm just doing the zooming, and I'm just stretching it below to this. Okay, so I just need to arrange it properly. So diagram should be clear, it should not be a messy thing. So here I need to arrange like this. Okay, now after this what you need to do, you need to see this particular arrangement. Now here A I need to apply to the input and B to the next. So here same way we will go. So where is the input? This will be the input. So that's why what I need to do, I need to apply A to the one input. So this is my A. Okay, so I am applying A over here, and I need to apply second input over here because this is my second transmission gate. So that is over here. I am assigning. Now output I need to connect. So just see the diagram. Diagram is very important before going for the Microwind implementation. So output is connected together. So here what is this? These two things I need to connect. So I am taking the metal over here and I am stretching it out for making proper connection like this. Okay, and I am connecting now. And what is this? This is nothing but our output. So I am putting I over here. So this is my MUX out. So MUX out. Now what is remaining? I need to apply select line. Okay, so what need to do? First select line, I need to combine this select lines. So what I am doing? I am going over here. This is my PMOS and this is this is my NMOS and this is my PMOS. Here it is mentioned differently. Okay, so consider that we have implemented PMOS at the upper side and the NMOS at the lower side. Doesn't matter, but you need to take care of the things properly, understand the thing properly. So I need to combine these two. So you need to use polysilicon for combination or connection. So I am stretching this and I am connecting this. Again, this outer I need to connect to this because you are able to see this S and this is also S. So I am connecting this together. So same way I am doing over here. So I am stretching this particular line, that is the polysilicon material, and again over here I am stretching it out. Okay, I am pressing all so that everything visible on the single page. So normally use polysilicon for the gate connection. So this way I have stretched it and I just want to connect it together so that input will be same. Now this is excess of polysilicon is there, so I am just deleting this. Delete it properly. There should not be zigzag. Okay, so proper care should be taken. Now this is ready. So here I can say I need to apply select. Suppose I am applying select over here. What I am doing? I am applying select over here. So there should be select bar over here. So what to do? So for that I am cancelling this. I require inverter because everything I need to implement using CMOS. So I need to implement CMOS inverter. That already you know how to implement CMOS inverter. So I am taking this PMOS in pull up network and NMOS in pull down network. Okay, so this is pull down network. I need to align it properly because I need to connect input to each other. So my battery is there. Wait a minute.